is the 77 WABC minicast. Breaking news, WABC.
Well, interesting days today. Monday, whom do you trust? President Donald J. Trump has said to all our NATO people and all our Euro people, and told Japan, send a few destroyers or ships to the Straits of Hormuz. We don't really need them. Rita, we don't really need them.
He said we don't need it, but we got to do it. Let's see who's with us.
Let's see who's with us.
Yep.
And look, we know Trump. We know how he thinks. What he really wants to know is who's with us and who is not with us.
And, John, he made a great point today, because he said, well, first of all, here's the funny part. He was asked, so where does France stand in all of this? And his answer was, on a 1 to 10, I'd give him an 8. And UK, he was like, no answer. You can tell he's frustrated with them. But his point is America pays into NATO over and over again to defend NATO. And now he's asking these NATO countries to step up. And he said, again, like you said, I'm not sure if we need them, but let's see if they're there for us after all the money we spend for them.
And we saved their butt in World War II.
Absolutely.
We saved their butt in World War I. And let's see what the story. I saw an interesting thing last week about the economy of the United States in 1950 and the economy of the UK in 1950 versus what it is now. You know what happened?
I have a feeling.
The UK has gone nowhere.
Yeah. And under this Prime Minister, Keir Starmer,
it's even worse.
I mean, I think about the great leaders of, at least in World War II, it was that great alliance.
Listen,
you think of Churchill, you think of Thatcher in modern times, forget it.
I love the British people.
Me too.
Us and them have always been united. But if they're getting this social leadership, that's who I don't love.
And that's what's happening with this prime minister. It shows that leadership matters, right, Judge Weinberg?
You need Margaret Thatcher. You need Winston Churchill. What you're getting is Neville Chamberlain.
Yeah.
And that's a real problem. And to John's point about World War I, World War II, they also needed us in the Cold War. And they need us right now because if the Islamist powers of Iran and ISIS take charge, Europe is next. Europe goes before we do.
Yep.
And by the way, as Judge Weinberg's talking about all the Islamists, how about that attack in Michigan last week? You guys were getting new details about this is the guy who rammed his vehicle. Then he goes and opens fire at a synagogue where there were like preschoolers, over 100 preschoolers. And everyone said,
they had a whole car full of or truck full of explosives, too.
I mean, how
scary. He wanted to kill those 100 kids.
How scary is that, John? This guy's a monster.
What was his explanation for why he was doing this?
So they first came out, the Dearborn Township mayor there in Michigan came out and said, he was very upset about his family being killed in an airstrike in Lebanon.
And who was his brother?
His brother was a commander of Hezbollah who fired hundreds of missiles on Israel. So Israel was taking out a Hezbollah target when they got rid of this monster. And now this is what the brother is using as an excuse.
And he went to get even for his brother and kill all the kids.
Right. And the brother, meanwhile, was a monster. So, I mean, you can't make this up. This is frightening.
Now, we have a great show for you today, and we have Bill O'Reilly's coming on.
Yep.
And we have Newt Gingrich is coming on.
Yep.
And then to make everybody understand what Bill O'Reilly and Newt Gingrich said, we got John Yoo calling in from the Berkeley School, and he's one
University
smart
of California
guy.
We
love him. KT McFarland and Blaine Holt. And then we also end, John, with we're going to have Rosanna Scotto calling in because yesterday we had the big Oscar celebration. And first of all, it was wonderful just to be there, packed house here. And I thought one of the most beautiful moments, John, when you and Margot talked about honoring Ernie Anastas, our beloved Ernie Anastas, and doing a scholarship and more.
He worked on the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund for over 25 years, and I talked to Margot on the way up to church this afternoon, and I think we're going to rename it from the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund to the Ernie Anastas Scholarship
Fund. Beautiful, beautiful,
and,
beautiful.
I'm talking to the powers that be at the Greek parade. I think we have to make Ernie the honorary Grand Marshal.
Beautiful.
And in WABC, we're going to name a studio after him.
I love that. I still am in shock. I mean, he was one of the most remarkable people. And Rosanna Scotto sat alongside him for so many years at Fox 5.
Almost 20 years.
I can't wait to hear what she has to say, John. She's going to be joining us.